Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo, where we are doing some more work here in the Zoo and Wild Animal mod. Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful day and a wonderful Friday. I know I'm having a good time. Now, if I sound a little nasally, if I sound a little different than usual, it's because I'm a parent. It's because I'm a parent and I have kids and they're little petri dishes, and once again they got me sick. So I'm fighting a cold again. I can't really breathe through my nose too well, and I apologize for that. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Nope. Not gonna let that stop me. I'm having too much fun building the zoo, and I'm not gonna let a little bit of oxygen not being able to pass through my nasal cavity stop me from building this place. So everybody, grab a healthy dose of vitamin C, grab a big cup of orange juice or something, and let's get working on this, because man, we got some stuff that we got to do. Now, in the last couple episodes, we've been working on the reptile center over here behind the waterfall. Doesn't look like much on the outside, but that's okay, because it's kind of like it's deceptive. Because as you go inside, I see a red blip on the radar. Look at that creeper be creeping right there. Wow, you, mister, need to clear out of here. There we go. Less explosive people inside the reptile center. So yeah, we still have animals in here, right? Where are they? They're hiding. They're hiding right back here, actually. You can just kind of see them a little bit there. See them back there? So we still have some reptiles in here, actually. We got the Fiji banded iguanas there. We got the anacondas, which we've added recently. And then in the last episode, we did this wonderful area right here. You guys actually seem to really like this idea with the whole kind of cave, cracked ravine kind of poking through, letting light in. I do too. I think it looks fantastic. And we're going to move on. Oh, actually, I did want to try something here. Maddie, I believe, was the one who suggested that I actually switch it to a lamppost. Like this. Lamppost top. Not a bad idea, and I might actually look into that, because I think that would look better if it's sitting on top of there instead. Somebody also suggested, it might have also been Maddie too, asked if I can chisel torches, and that's an excellent idea, and I don't think you can. No, it's selected right now and there's nothing. So no, you can't chisel torches, unfortunately. That'd be incredible. That's a really good idea. Whoever makes a chisel mod, if you don't mind, could you add that to make them look like lanterns or something? I think that would look great. And a lot of people really like this, also adding the mine shafts into places. I might even add more of those. In fact, I plan on adding more of those, as well as possibly even adding exhibits down there as well, especially if we find more reptiles. But in today's episode, I want to first grab this, because I just saw something that makes me kind of throw up a little bit in my mouth. Let's get rid of that, and let's switch out with that. Perfect. Alright, but in today's episode, I do plan on doing something. Now, this cave has been rough cut in here, okay? This has been basically me taking a pickaxe and going ham on this place, and this is what I got. Now, I was planning originally on just working from right there where I had finished and working down here, maybe doing something here. I think in the last episode I said I was going to build something there, and I guess I still could. But I kind of wanted to build in the Indian Gharial exhibit, because I had an idea for that. I thought that this wall right here would be awesome to have a really big exhibit kind of sloping on a hill. And I guess it would be pretty awesome. Actually, you know what? There's nothing saying that I can't put the Gharials back here, though. Because I could save that other one for like the Komodo dragons or something like that, because they're pretty big and they need a lot of space. And this is a pretty decent size area. So, yeah, I'll save that other one for the Komodo dragons, maybe. But yeah, right here, I think the Indian Gharials are going to go in. So let's go check to see how many I have first. I have only 2. Okay, so get your naming caps on, people, if you don't mind. I'm going to need 2 Indian Gharial names. Now, I remember looking these things up last year and trying to figure out what environment they live in. And I believe, actually, do I have the materials while I'm here? Not really. Limestone, actually, would be ideal. Wonder if I can go, do I have a bunch of limestone saved up? Oh, basically, what it looks like, the area where they live in, somewhere, there we go. I do have some. Yeah, I can grab some. Let's grab 3 stacks of that. Where they live at sort of looks like a lot of mud or sand or clay, kind of on the riverbeds and stuff, and so I kind of want to imitate that with a little bit of grass, but not much. A whole lot of like sand and sandstone I remember using, which we can make some of that. Honestly, I don't really like using my sand reserves for sandstone, but I can always go get more sand. And maybe even some of the sandy dirt would probably look pretty good in there too. But it's gonna be a lot of like, because I think that these blocks together sort of look like clay-ish. So like this would be the color palette we're dealing with. Yeah, that especially. Like I said, limestone actually looks pretty good, but I don't mind that, as well as mixing in some coarse dirt and whatnot in there too. I think will look really nice. So that's the block palette I'm going to go with. But now, first, I got to get back over there, because we got to figure out where exactly this exhibit's going to go. I know kind of the wall it's going to go on, but I also have to work on like digging it out and clearing out a space. And oh my gosh, there's so much prep to do. All right, I'm back here. I'm back here. This is a dangerous place we live in. Because there's creepers, and they be creeping. Look at these guys. Get away from me. Alright, there we go. I'll take your gunpowder, though. Alright, so we're back here. This is where I'm going to be building. I said in the last episode I was going to, and dang it, I'm going to hold true to that. So, this wall needs to go. This wall definitely needs to go. Now, where am I going to build this exhibit to? I mean, I guess that building to, like, right about here would probably make sense. But to do that, I'm going to mark out the left side of it, the left boundary. So, we're going to go to, like, right... yeah, right here. That's where we're going to go. Right there. Bam. Executive decision. I made it. Alright, and then what we can do, we can actually put this back for right now. I haven't added any of the detailing or anything on those supports like what I did over here with the fence posts and whatnot. But what we can do, actually close that, and squid backpack. I need you desperately. Let's go grab some of these half slabs here, and we're going to continue this path down right here. Like that, and that way people can just walk smoothly over here. So yeah. Alright, so that's as far this way as I'm going right now. I do need to finish... Oh, do I have this? Oh yeah, I do have them put here too. So right here, this is where the supports are now in. This is where the Gharial exhibit's going to go. So, I can put these things back, and maybe even temporarily throw all these blocks I grabbed into this backpack to make some room, eat a chicken, inhale this thing down, and let's get to digging. Alright, there we go. Now, seeing as I only have 2 Gharials I'm going to be putting in here, I think I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. I still don't actually know. It's either Gharials or Gharials. Not too sure, but I'm just going to call them Gharials because I had to pick one. But alright, we're going to be putting it in here, though. And I think given that I only have 2 of them, I think that this is plenty of space for them. Nice little cave. I want to make it still remaining looking like a cave because after all of these exhibits are going to look like they're built inside a cave because they are. But alright, so let's go ahead and grab our blocks out here that I was going to be using. And we're going to go ahead and sprinkle these bad boys in here. I think, is that it? Limestone? I got that. Limestone, yeah, sandstone. Okay, I got that. Oh, the sand, also the sandy dirt. That was the other stuff. And I think while I'm doing it, let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. We could actually use regular dirt. I am going to need some grass blocks because I'm going to be putting them in here periodically as well. Maybe even a little bit of gravel. I shan't be needing any bird poop. So we're going to put the diorite back. And some coarse dirt wouldn't be a bad idea either. But that is probably in the bat backpack. Yeah, right here. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so first off, let's get this outline kind of going with just maybe sand. And we'll just kind of spam this in here. Now, I want to actually give these guys plenty of water to actually be swimming around in because they kind of do. they swim a lot in water, so I do want to make sure they have some land, but I do also want to make sure they have plenty of water. So I don't want to, I'm basically going to do like 50-50 on this, where there's going to be water up front here, and there's going to be like a sandbar or like an area for them to stand on the land in the back right here. Similar to what I did last season. If you remember the Gharial exhibit from last season, I had water right in front and then the land in the back. It worked the best because these things are really long creatures, and if they want to swim around, I'll give them plenty of places to do that. And if they want to stand on land and kind of chill back here, they certainly can do that as well. And pop that out, slap down that. All right, so now I have to go ahead and sprinkle in some of the other block variants in this. So I want to kind of heavily put in a lot of these other things too, because it's going to add a little bit more diversity to the blocks back here, and I think it's going to make it look way more custom and interesting. So let's go ahead and dot these things in here as well. This is the limestone, remember, that I love the color of. So we're going to be sprinkling this in here rather heavily, actually. And then I think adding in some of this yellow sand, the sandy dirt here, works pretty good too in moderation. We're starting to run out of land already, and that's kind of sort of looking like what it is. Did I even need to make all that sandstone? I'm probably only going to be adding a couple of spots of sandstone because, I mean, the texture is a little bit different at least, so I guess it kind of adds, it breaks it up just a little bit. So we'll do something like that. And maybe one more right here. Like that, perfect. Alright, so then let's see, do I have a backpack? Is it the squid backpack that actually has a crafting grid in it that I can do stuff in? Alright, let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple of slabs of this stuff, which apparently I've never made before. Sandstone slabs on this world, so I got the recipe unlocked. Alright, let's go ahead and kind of line the back of this just a wee bit, so it's kind of built up along the back side. So it looks like kind of like some of the sand and stuff has been pushed into the back. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it works. All right, that works fine. Now, I do have, like I said, these grass blocks I want to sprinkle in here, and I do actually want to put some legitimate grass actually in here, although, do I know of any other types of grass that's disgusting looking? I don't think, well, path blocks is what I was thinking of, actually, and I don't think there actually are. Everything else is pretty much grass, like green grass. So, yeah, path is about the only thing that I could go with, which is what I was planning on doing anyway, but I do want to actually keep some regular grass in here, so, yeah, I like that. Well, mister, the zoo isn't open yet. We're still working on it. Closed to the public. Get out of here. Alright, like that. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, so, let's go ahead and sprinkle in a couple of these path blocks in places, too, with, like, the occasional bit of grass kind of in the back, kind of hugging against the wall, you know? So this one right here would be a path block. That one can stay grass. You know, I think I might impede a little bit on their waterway here because this is not enough land to really sell what I'm trying to do here. So we're gonna bring this out just a little bit, and then kind of cut into their little water swimming area just a wee bit, just because I really do want to make this look really nice, but there's just not a lot of room to do that. So we're gonna expand the land a bit, like so. All right, I think that's coming together very nicely. There's not really much else I want to do to that, although I wouldn't mind getting some more of these slabs going right there. Where did I put it? Right here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead. Let's eat this. Let's eat this rotten flesh out of my inventory. That's just something clogging in the inventory. That's the remains of the gentleman that just paid me a visit. So let's go ahead and make some more slabs here, because I wouldn't mind tossing in some, just kind of jutting out a little bit, adding a little bit more of a bumpiness to this place, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like, so it doesn't look like it's all just flat, like that. That's better. All right, let's throw the rest of this stuff, except for the sand and the coarse dirt and the gravel. Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to do the floor here and make this look kind of like the bottom of maybe a murky kind of clay. Like clay would also probably have been a good block to use, now that I think about it. Clay, like bottom to like a river or something, you know. It's probably only gonna be 1 deep. I'm pretty sure Gharials don't drown, but I didn't exactly test that. So instead of just chancing it, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make this 1 deep, fill this all in with sand and other blocks to make it kind of look like the bottom of a riverbed. All right, there we go. That's actually looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, at least for the landscape with what I wanted. Now, I could go ahead and add the water right away. I suppose I can just get to doing that. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. Go grab ourselves an extra bucket, make ourselves an infinite water source here. Scoop that up, get the water actually flowing nice and pretty like this. Go ahead and replace my bucket of water. because I know that visually doesn't look like anything left, but I mean, it's a glitch. Alright, so there, we have our basic land. Now, I know it's a little flat, and that's okay, because this is basically right along the edge of like a flat terrain anyway, leading into a river, and that's all good. Let's go ahead and actually squirt the glass in here. Where's my glass backpack? I rarely ever look in this thing. Let's go grab some glass here. I might need to make more of these things. We're going to just add these to the edge here. Alright, there we go. We got that done. Now, I do want to make this cave look a little bit more like a cave. Oh yeah, I'm going to get the night vision because my backpack I'm wearing whenever I dip myself in the water. I do want to make this cave, though, look a little bit more like a cave. So, we're going to need to get the squid backpack out here. I need to grab some of these things and that as well. I'm also going to grab the buttons because that's going to come in handy here in a little bit too. So, the stalactites that I made in the last episode, kind of over here, you know, at least the makeshift ones, because we don't have the dripstone like we do in the newest version of Minecraft. But I can incorporate that over into this, not that, into this as well, by putting those on here. That was kind of an accidental click back here, but it doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to take it down anyway. We're going to do I don't like that. That one can be removed. Now, let's go ahead and add some of these slabs to make this cave look a little more custom, of course, because I don't like non-custom caves. I think they look kind of poopy. So we're going to add our own little touch to this, and maybe in some places we'll do stuff like this. Like that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. All right, there we go. Making this look a whole lot more unique and interesting. Like already with just those couple blocks, what does this look like? Oh yeah, that looks better. Looks way better. Now, I also would not mind adding in like an andesite vein in the walls here to kind of make them look like they're part of the rest of the area around here, because I've been adding them in periodically as well. So I think that popping in an andesite vein in this will look pretty nifty. Especially when you compare it, like when you look at the whole overall picture. Yeah, breaking up that back wall texture just a little bit, I think adds a nice little detail. And what better way to do that than by adding andesite? So, Gharials, I'm sure they could live in more vegetated areas, but they primarily, from all the pictures I could see of them in like their natural habitat, it's all kind of like clay and almost like it's a dying terrain in a way. So it's just more it's like arid, but with a river next to it, you know. So let's get to actually think about maybe the plants that we're going to be adding in here. So dead bushes, I'm thinking, are going to be probably pretty important. I would add thorns, but that's not any fun because that hurts the animals too. We're going to add the reeds. Now remember, somebody told me how to actually add these reeds, and I'm going to actually do that now. Look at that. Look at me go. I'm learning. Yeah, we're going to add the reeds, of course, into the water. That works just fine, just like that. Now, I don't really plan on adding like lily pads or anything too much to this because those things are more like for stagnant water, and this is supposed to be more of a river. But the dead bushes for sure, because those will kind of add to the kind of the aridness of the environment. And I just don't want to overdo it though, so maybe just a couple of them like that. Yeah, okay, something like that. Good, good. All right, so let's go ahead and put these things back. What other plants do I have that could shout, this place is kind of dry? I could add some dead leaves, although there's not a whole lot of foliage here, and so I think I'm going to use these sparingly, maybe like that, and then maybe even add in some. Where's my backpack? Hold on, I'm getting inspired here. Let's go ahead and grab some of these dead leaves themselves, and add in maybe a small little shrub kind of along the backside, like right there. Not bad. Okay, that's not that bad. Actually, I kind of like that. Okay, so we're gonna keep that there. And then I also have these little pebbles I want to add. I was trying to walk through glass there, it wasn't working. I have to throw an ender pearl to pull that off. Want to add in a couple little pebbles here there too. Not too heavy on them actually either, because there's not a lot of stone in this area. It's mainly just mud. Yeah, all right, I'm liking that. What else can I throw in here? River cane? I could probably throw some river cane. That would make a lot of sense if I can find a place for it. Oh, okay. No, this is gonna be a little trickier than I thought. I probably can place it. Yeah, I can place it there right in front, but I don't really want to have it right in front. Okay. All right. Okay. So I can work with that. We're going to swap out like this one with that, and I can put it right there. I think that's gonna grow actually. I'm not gonna have torches in here, so it might grow to full length, which is fine. How close is this to the surface actually? Thought I saw something over there. I don't think this is very close to the surface still, so I'm not really going to worry about roots and stuff poking down from the ceiling. Although, I mean, we could. It's not that far from the surface. So, yeah, maybe I'll add a couple of those blocks in there too, or a couple of those plants in there as well. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and grab the roots right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna poke a hole, or not a hole, but a couple of spots, like maybe up a little bit higher. Maybe, hold on. Maybe right here could be one. Like that. Put those roots on there. I really think that these make a really cool addition. Makes it really look like it's underground whenever you have this. Yep, alright. Yeah, I like that. Little details like that I think go a long way. And I guess for the final little detail, maybe throwing in a sandout here or there might work pretty good. Like one right up in front here. Or maybe along the side. What does that look like? Again, I just keep adding one or two little details and I'm taking a peek. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, so this should look kind of dry and arid. It actually has a little bit more vegetation than a lot of the pictures that I see as well. Yeah, I'm thinking that's it. I think that's all we got to do. Now, I said I don't want to add lily pads to this thing, but I kind of want to add at least a lily pad or two because it's supposed to be a river flowing, but maybe over here in like the corner, you know? Maybe kind of like right there, you know? So not a heavily overburnt. It's not supposed to look all murky like what the anacondas have, you know? Yeah, I'm going to need to do more than that. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, that looks better. It just looked too plain without them. Alright, so I think that might be all we need to do for the Gharials. Thinking so. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably it. Is this exhibit finished already? That actually went a lot faster than I thought. Huh. I mean, tell me in the comment section, what do you guys think? Does that look good for... Obviously, we're going to seal this off when we put them in there. Oh, the lighting. I'm sitting here like, yeah, the torches will be removed too. But let's actually remove these torches here completely. It's night vision screwing with me. I need the torches all out. Yeah. All right, I'm thinking that looks good for an Indian Gharial exhibit. What do you guys think? I want to know. Anything you think I should... I think that's it. I think that's fine. I mean, yeah, like you can see the heat lamps, which is a little annoying. I can always recess them back into the ceiling a little bit more. It'll make things a little bit darker, but that's all right. I think the last thing to do, and I want to do this before before I carry on. Oh, actually, one thing I really got to do before I carry on is those lamps. The lamp that I was going to look at, lamppost top is what Maddie suggested I use. It's not a bad idea. I can probably make that. All right, we got a couple of these things made. Let's see, does this work better over here? Kinda. Yeah, that actually does look a little bit better. I think I'll go with that for that spot instead. And I'll squeeze the other one in somewhere. I'll find a spot for it. Don't you worry. All right, one last thing to do now, and I want to do this before I get too carried away, is I want to actually do the path right here. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget about it later. So let's quick carve this out, and we're going to drop the path in here. All right, I think this place right here, actually this main area in here has actually got a lot of space in it. But you're not going to be waiting around for too many people, so I think what I'm going to do is like maybe right here would be a good spot to add like a little bench. Of course, if people stand up, no, they'll be unless they jump, they're going to hit their head on that. But I think, oops, wrong button there. I accidentally threw that heat lamp out of there too. I did not mean to do that. I think that if we do that right there, they'll be fine. I mean, you can stand up and not hit your head unless, like I said, in case you jump. So, like, see right here, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. If I stand up, yeah, look at that. I eject forward, so I'm not gonna hit my head. I'll be fine. So yeah, add a little bench right there. Maybe even a little trash can in here, so that people can actually throw away their waste as they're touring the area. Maybe that looks a little weird right next to the bench right there. So maybe put it back here. You know, it's kind of I don't really like it there either. There's got to be a good place for this thing. Maybe actually we'll put it over here. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. All right, and then the lighting in this place kind of sucks too. It's a little oh, look at that. Hello, creepers be creeping. Be gone. So there's a skeleton here too. You be gone too. Got him. So I do want to make sure that I continue with the supports for this cavern as I go. So let's squirt all this stuff out of there because I don't need it. In fact, that bow, look at this. Bam, I don't need that at all. Throw that in the dumpster. Let's go ahead and grab some more fir wood here, and we're going to have to add another support kind of to mirror this one right over here. but it'll be maybe right here. Let's actually knock this block out. Put that right there, all the way up to the ceiling, and then this part right here go up as well. All right, good. And then we're gonna bring the cross member over as well. So we're gonna do like this, and then we're gonna have it come in right here. Now let's put that back there. Yep, and one more, like that. All right, so let's throw that up there. A little bit of support given to this area, like so. Now I don't want to block this off too much, so I want to make sure that that stays relatively open. So that's about as far as much as I'm going to put on there. Although I can actually add the support over there to make it look like it's kind of holding up the cavern wall a little bit. All right, good. I like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add a lantern. Right, I don't really like that. It doesn't look very good. Right here. Try to light this place up a little bit. It is a little dark right here. In fact, I can actually kind of reshape this cavern just a little bit more so it doesn't look so box-like. Actually, you know what? Let's take that out. Squid backpack. Let's get you. We'll do a little smoothing in here as well. Just like we've done on... Ooh, not like that. Just like we've done on all the other parts of the cave so far. To make it look nice and unique and custom. Perfect. Alright, we're going to leave it probably just like that, I'm thinking. Yeah. Maybe right up in here. There we go. That lights that up a little bit better. The zoo is not 100% safe, people. I want you to know that. So if you think that you can waltz on in here without getting attacked by creepers and skeletons, you're sorely mistaken. Or will be sorely mistaken. So, alright, I think that's probably all we need to do for this part right here. Now, there's one last thing I want to do. In the last episode, when we built this cave thing, before I call it a call quits, I said we were going to add fish to this. Never did that. Totally forgot to do that. So I think in this, to finish out this episode, what we should do is we should absolutely go and grab ourselves a fish or two. And for that, we're gonna need some empty nets. So let's go grab whatever we have for empty nets. What do we got? We got 4 empty nets. So let's go grab 4 fish. So the ocean should be right over here. I'm thinking that's probably a good spot to catch some fish. What is that? Is that a kangaroo? Of course, this is where you'd find a kangaroo, is in the ocean. Why not? Well, I mean, there's a fish. It's a shark, but it's a fish, technically. I mean, I could put a shark in there. I mean, the last time we were making a dolphin pond in last zoo, and that didn't work out, so we just threw a couple of sharks in there instead. We could throw a whale in the cave. Wouldn't that be entertaining? There's also the moray eels here. Orca. We could throw an orca in there. All right, there's actually fish here. I missed him. Got him. Bluefish. Got one. There's also a couple of salmon, but there's sharks in the area, so I could probably get eaten. But let's risk it. Let's go for this one. Wow, there's more sharks over here. Please stop swimming away from me. Got him. All right, we got a salmon, and we got a bluefish. And we have a shark coming at us. Got him. Nice. Awesome. Is there any fish around here other than sharks and whales that I could catch? I wouldn't mind catching a different fish other than bluefish and salmon. Aha! I see... Is this pufferfish? I think this is a pufferfish. A couple of them. There's another salmon, but I want this pufferfish just to kind of add something. This is a redfish, basically. It's a pufferfish. Yep. All right, sweet. All right, so we got our 4 fish. We got pufferfish, 2 salmon, and a bluefish. Let's skedaddle on out of here. Plus, I'm running out of rockets, so I really need to get back before I do. Let's go add these to the lake, the pond, the water source inside of the cave where the reptiles are. All right, with just a couple of rockets to spare, I'm going to head down into my little hidey hole right here. So we probably should name these fish. Now, if you guys did watch last season, I did a finale episode where VintageBeef actually toured the zoo. And he was laughing because we named one of the moray eels Elon Musk. And that has nothing to do with his recent acquisition of Twitter. But it is kind of funny how that name kind of worked out so well. And he actually asked if we had named one of the other fish Gill Gates. And we missed that opportunity. So now I'd like to make this opportunity right by naming one of these fish Gill Gates. All right? There we go. Bam. Gill Gates. So one of these fish will be named that. I'm thinking I'm going to make maybe the bluefish. We'll name the bluefish Gill Gates. So remember, I need names, and if you guys could be so kind and go down in the comments section, I have 2 Indian Gharials. They're these big, there's like these crocodiles with these really long noses on them. If you haven't seen them before, Google them before. There's the spelling right there. It's pretty awesome. They kind of look pretty crazy. But I need 2 names for Indian Gharials because they're going to be going in the exhibit we built in this episode. And then I also need 3 names, 2 salmon and 1 pufferfish. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be creeping. Really dangerous area. All right, so let's take the bluefish, and we're going to drop them in there, and we're going to quickly try to get them on there. There we go. Gill Gates. Got him. Bam. Gill Gates, you've been added to Cerro Gordo Zoo. Awesome. Where'd you go already? Did you already disappear? Oh, you're already swimming up here. Are these guys going to die? Like, are they going to fall out of here and flop around and die? That'd be really depressing if they did. Hopefully they don't. All right, so Gill Gates is in there. I need 3 more names for fish and 2 more names for Indian Gharials. But I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here, though, because we did this. We built an exhibit in this episode, and that's what we do here at the zoo is we build exhibits. So if you guys did enjoy this, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. Thank you for putting up with my kind of froggy voice. I know that I sound kind of weird. I'll get healthy again. I always do, you know, but if those of you who have kids, you understand. You always get sick from them because they're always sick themselves. It's just a thing. And now the more kids I have, the more petri dishes I have running around, and they'll be fine. I'm going to go get some tea with honey in it. Hopefully you guys can go grab yourself a wonderful beverage too. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And bye-bye.